Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Yo, what it do, y'all? What it do? What it do? Good morning, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to another episode of Danny's Dimensions. First of all, before we get into the particulars, I want you guys to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification, support your boy, support boxing, and support your local boxing channels, the real boxing channels that actually know what they're talking about when it comes to boxing. So now that we got that out the way, I want to say there's a lot of stuff we've missed since the last time I've been here. There's been a lot of stuff that's been going on in boxing. Let's see what we got here. We got a comment. Oh, no invite. My man Adrian. Hold on. Let me get you up in here. Let's get my boy Adrian up in here. I'm going to send you the link real quick. We got a lot to talk about. Canelo versus Triple G. As you see on the screen, that fight was on September 17th, a couple weeks back. I scored it 8-4 for Canelo. Canelo, he has an injury at this point. That he will be out for a little bit of time. So, real quick, I just wanted to say that. So, Canelo Alvarez, he fought a good fight against Triple G. I mean, Triple G was, I'm not going to say he was in survival mode, but I'm going to say that he was more so in defensive mode, more than we normally would see Triple G in. So, I think that Triple G is not the same Triple G that we used to seeing. He is a little bit older. He's 40 years old now. I want to say a little bit older, but he's older. He said he's not going to retire. He's going to go back to 160. He's going to do his thing at 160. He's going to do what he has to do and defend his belts. He is unified at 160. So at this point, there's no excuse for guys like Jamal Charlo not to fight a Triple G. There's no excuse at this point for that not to happen. So they should be fighting. No questions asked, no BS about it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Canelo Alvarez for once again defending his 168 unified title. There's really nothing going on at 60, man. When you look at it, what's going on with 60, you have people who are facing other people in other weight classes, such as Chris Eubank. He's going down to 147 to face Conor Benn. You got Triple G, who just faced Canelo, as I stated before, at 168 instead of 160. 160 is probably the weakest division in the sport of boxing in terms of people fighting each other. So we'll see what Triple G does if he fights If he fights Jamal Charlo, but we'll see what happens. I don't think that that's going to happen because I don't think that. I mean, and also we got Demetrius Andrade. These guys are all out here waiting for Canelo. And Canelo's injured, man, right now. And Canelo has earned the right to take a break if he wants to take a break. He's the most active champion out of all the people on the pound-for-pound list. Canelo is the most active. That's not even up for debate. It's not up for debate. And, if you look at Alvarez's record, he's been the most active champion. So there's no disputing that. There's no argument against that. And that's just the bottom line because Danny said so. Point blank period. And not just because I said so, but because it's a reality. It's a reality. So, shout out to Canelo Alvarez. Shout out to Triple G. They just completed their trilogy, and this is what we got. Let's see what happens with these guys moving forward. We don't know what version of Triple G we have at 160. Remember, he fought this fight at 68. He just wasn't aggressive enough in this fight. By no means was he aggressive enough. He wasn't the normal aggressive killer that we normally know Triple G to be at 160. But this is 168. Canelo is the bigger man, and that's all there is to it. All right, I'll give you 5 to 10 minutes. Why is what next for Canelo not trending? Well, we already know what's next for Canelo, Adrian. What's next for Canelo is he's going to take some rest. I would rather see Canelo Alvarez take a break and let these bozo the clowns sort it out with each other, because all these guys are looking for is paydays. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And I'm not even a Canelo Alvarez fan, by no means. But the thing is, that's what it is. So Adrian's going to get on. My boy Adrian's going to get on in about 5 to 10 minutes. So while I have him on here, before I get him on here, I want to do this real quick. I want to I want to look at the meat and bones of what I'm about to say for this conversation. The main thing, we was talking about Canelo Alvarez. We're talking about Triple G. That fight has come and gone. The main thing I've been talking about since the last time I've been on, there's been a lot of stuff going back and forth with Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. So I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show you the interview with Anthony Joshua. Well, not the interview with Tyson Fury. So let's see what this man has to say. And I'm going to analyze what he's saying, because you bozo the clowns out here are really hanging on Tyson Fury's every word. And it's like, yo, you can't hang on Tyson Fury's every word. We all know Tyson Fury is a contradicting type person. We all know he does what he does. We all know why he does it. The people who really understand what Tyson Fury is all about, they know what he's about. So, what I'm saying, I don't understand why people are actually believing this man, and he's con honest. He's conning you guys. He's not a stupid guy. So, here's your boy Tyson Fury. Now let's see what he has to say. We're gonna hear this.
Where do we start? So the deadline was Monday. Frank Warren asked.
All right, let me stop right there. I'm gonna stop right there. Who told you the deadline was Monday? Deadline. Who are you as a fighter to make deadlines? Okay, so they made a so-called deadline. Tyson Fury did a deadline. First of all, you're not a promoter. Why are you making a deadline? Let's continue.
Me and convinced me to let it carry on for another couple of days.
He convinced you.
Today's Thursday. And even though I knew you wouldn't sign this contract, I allowed Frank to continue doing meetings with your team and your broadcasters and all that. Now we have BT, DAZN, and ESPN all on the same page. They are happy with everything. They're all happy, ready to rock and roll.
If they're all happy with everything, this is something I want to I'm breaking this down now. If they're all happy with everything, then why are you still in negotiations? Why is this contract not signed? You think it's because of AJ, right? Oh, if all the promoting teams, BT, DAZN, and Queensberry, if they were all happy with it, this contract would have been signed a long time ago, so to speak. But they're not happy. So let's continue.
You guys asked for a lot of stuff. You wanted to be co-promoters when you're a voluntary challenger. Guess what? I said, give it them. Let them be co-promoters. You wanted...
See, well, the word voluntary challenges, right? Voluntary, meaning, now, Anthony Joshua is not your run-of-the-mill voluntary challenger, right? He is the cash cow in the heavyweight division. I don't care what anybody says. This is a fact. Anthony Joshua is the cash cow in the heavyweight division. Let's continue.
Full transparency, even though you are not an equal shareholder in this party. Do you know what I said? Give them full transparency. I've got nothing to hide. I'm not trying to rob anybody. I've never robbed anybody of a penny in my life. So now you've got full transparency. Everything's clean and fair. Now, Joshua, the ball is really in your court, son. Everybody is done. If you're a man, and if you've got any sort of dignity and pride about you, you'll get this contract signed today. This is it. There is no...
Sign the contract again. Now he's promoting another deadline, which was this was Thursday. We are now on Sunday. I don't think this fight's going to happen. You're talking about signing a contract now. All right, let's continue. Here's another deadline for Tyson Fury. Continue. What are you saying?
No more days, weeks, months.
Weeks, months. This contract, Anthony Joshua just fought in August. What do you mean months? You see what I'm saying? When you really analyze what Tyson Fury is saying, come on now, you really analyze it. Now I'm analyzing for you guys. These are some of you guys in the UK. I want to know something from you guys in the UK, because a lot of you are really hanging on Tyson Fury's every word. And some of you are fanboys, and it's okay. I think Tyson Fury's a great fighter, but I don't think he's right in the head. And I think one of the things that he's doing is trying to convince you guys to be on his side, and it's working. He's not dumb. Tyson Fury is not an idiot. He's not an idiot. So, you know what I'm saying? Come on. Let's go. Let's continue.
You've had the contract now for over 2 weeks, and you still haven't signed.
He's had the contract for 2 weeks. Has he? Has he really had the contract for over 2 weeks? Has he really? Are you sure about that, Tyson? Let's continue. See. You've had the contract for 2 weeks. You backed out. Then you said, oh, we don't want to do this anymore. You give somebody a deadline when you're not supposed to give them a deadline. You've been going back and forth for 2 weeks. Have you had the contract for 2 weeks, or have you been going back and forth for 2 weeks? Have they really had the contract for the full 2 weeks? I don't know about that one. Let's continue.
Indeed. Show the public that you're really a big coward, that I know you are, and don't sign it. I don't care either way. If you sign it or you don't, it makes no difference to me at all. You're a beaten man, and...
If he's such a beaten man, why would you be pressing a man that's so beaten? Why would you be pressing somebody if you feel like he's a beaten man? See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. But you don't care if he signs the contract. But yet you're telling him, sign the contract, you big dossa. Sign the contract. But you don't care if he signs it or not. So basically what you do is try to publicly shame the man, get people on your side, so you can promote a Manuel Char fight, because he's had Manuel Char backing him up, doing these types of things with him. Manuel Char is on his side. He even got, like I said, he got Manuel Char to co-sign for him. Continue.
And I'm a world champion. I'm chucking you a massive bone, but I know I can punch your face in. So
let me stop right there again. I'm chucking you a massive bone. I'm chucking you a massive bone. So he has the public believing that he's doing Joshua a favor, when honestly Joshua is the cash cow in the heavyweight division. Despite Tyson Fury's status or what he is, Anthony Joshua, coming off of 2 losses, is still a bigger draw than Tyson Fury. That is correct. Not saying Tyson Fury is not a draw whatsoever, but compared to Anthony Joshua, come on now. This is why these people keep putting AJ's name in their mouth, because guess what? It gets them publicity. This is a publicity stunt by Tyson Fury. We all know it. We see it. Let's continue.
I'm willing to give you an opportunity.
I'm willing to give you an opportunity. he has you all thinking, especially some of y'all in the UK. I really would like to know your thoughts here. Please flood the comments. I want to know your thoughts on this because I don't understand how you could tell somebody that you're giving them an opportunity when if you fought Manuel Char and Anthony Joshua, who's scheduled to fight in December, regardless if you or not, both of you guys are going to fight in December, who's going to sell more, you or him? I'm inclined to believe that an Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wallin or Anthony Joshua versus Hrgovic or Anthony Joshua versus anybody honestly would sell bigger than a Tyson Fury versus Manuel Char. Manuel Char was not even ranked in the top 15. Okay, continue.
There's nothing more to do. Everyone is happy. Get your team onto mine. They will be available all day, like they've been available for the last 2 weeks. Get this contract signed.
He just said he didn't care about the contract, but now you're telling him, get this contract signed
Today, you big pussy. And let the British fans have what they want. There's no more running. You have to fight me. You cannot escape. The Fury is coming.
All right. We're done. I'm done. Okay? This is your boy Tyson Fury. Now, you could take from this whole conversation what you will from it. All right? Yes, Adrian. Fury been capped the entire time. The whole time it's been capped. This whole thing is capped. But see, this is what I want to understand from the British fans is why you guys is believing his cap. It's because you're just as delusional as he is, and you're sitting there making the same comments that he is. Yes, he is keeping his name relevant, AD. He's keeping his name relevant. That's what he's doing. Man, here's a link. Here's a link for the chat, man. I mean, this is a link for the chat. So he's keeping his name relevant at this point, right? He's just keeping his name relevant until Usyk fights him. Until a Usyk fight. So he's using Joshua's name. This is all this is. Everybody who knows boxing knows this. That this is what he's doing. This is what Tyson Fury is doing. And you guys are being conned by it. Y'all are being conned by this. This is like the okie doke, man. Y'all falling for this? I knew it was capped the moment he started calling Joshua out. You look at what he's saying. Everything he's saying is so contradictory. I don't care if you sign the contract or not, Joshua. Get this contract signed. You just said 20, 30 seconds ago that you didn't care whether he signed it or not. You said everybody's okay with the deal, but if they were okay, then why is the contract not signed? If everything is okay, why are they still on the negotiation table? You are not a promoter, Tyson Fury. You're not a promoter. Just shut up. Shut up and let the promoters do what they're supposed to do. Or is it the fact that you just want to sell a Manuel Char fight? I think it's because you want to sell a Manuel Char fight because you know daggone well that a Manuel Char fight is not going to sell whatsoever with you. If Anthony you're trying to make it seem all right, try to keep Anthony Joshua from fighting in December because you won't have any competition with him for the revenue. You know what's going to happen. You know which fight is going to sell. Point blank period. So I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you something from the Matchroom side of things. And you tell me which story seems to be more believable. Tyson Fury, a guy who's known to contradict himself, known to do these type of things, or Matchroom, who's actually the same people here. So let me do this real quick. Hold on just 1 second. Let me get this joint. Because this is I just don't understand why. Right? I just don't understand why this is going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. So let me go ahead and try to share something here. Share screen. I want you to see this, man, because I really want you to see every little detail of this. All right, here we go. This is what Matchroom is saying, okay? I'm going to read it to you word for word. This is according to Eddie Hearn. I don't want to get involved with the back and forths that are going to negatively impact this fight being made, but to be quite honest, we are quite baffled by the situation. I mean, of course, I'm perplexed by the Tyson Fury, how Tyson Fury is acting, but I'm not surprised. Let's go on. Firstly, we agreed to terms for the fight. It took us over a week to receive the draft contract. Let me read it again. It took us over a week to receive a draft contract. We have not had that contract for 14 days, as Tyson Fury is trying to get you to believe that you've had this contract for 2 weeks. It took a week for you to get the contract. Let's go on. Over the next week after that, we've worked tirelessly and had a number of meetings with Queensberry to get the contract in some kind of decent shape. Last Monday, we sent our final draft to the contract of Queensberry, only to see that Tyson Fury had publicly pulled out of the fight and it was no longer on the table. Go figure. Go figure that the day that the contract is sent, the final draft is sent, is the day that Tyson Fury says, which was the deadline, the quote-unquote deadline that you gave, because they didn't give it to you in the time frame that you wanted them to give them to you. Now, all of a sudden, you pull out just ironically when the final draft gets sent to Queensberry. How ironic is that? How ironic is that? Let's go on. Yesterday, we received comments back from Queensberry on our final draft of the agreement, which is now being reviewed. I'm not sure why Tyson Fury keeps setting unrealistic deadlines, whilst also offering the fight to a number of other heavyweights for the selected date. So, you're offering fights to other heavyweights, but you want Joshua. But you're offering a fight to other heavyweights. You've been going back and forth with this banner with Manuel Char, or Mahmoud Char, whatever he calls himself, right? So why don't you shut up and stop the BS and just let your promoters do the job that they need to do? Let's continue. If he is serious about the fight being made, I suggest he just allows Matchroom, just like I said, and Queensberry to keep working hard to make the fight, which is everyone has been trying to do hard to do. You can't publicly keep pulling out of a fight and then restart negotiations when there has been so many positive conversations we've already had. We will see what happens from here. That is Anthony Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, talking about the possible Tyson Fury fight. What more must I say? What more can I say to this? There's nothing else that I could possibly say to this, other than the fact that the man either just doesn't want to fight, or he just wants to use AJ's name to keep himself relevant. AJ has made one comment since this. All he said was, I'm going to let my promoters, I'm going to let my managers handle what they need to handle. Of course, I want to fight. I mean, and people who call Anthony Joshua a duck artist and call him all these different types of things. Anthony Joshua has never ducked a fight in his life. Why would he duck now? Why? Now, in my opinion, I don't think that's a ideal fight for Anthony Joshua to have right now. I just don't. I don't think it's ideal. I don't think it's something that he should do. I just don't think that it's ideal. Coming off of 2 losses, you're entitled to a fight in between fights to get your confidence back. I mean, I don't understand why anybody would think that that's not feasible, or anybody would call that a duck because he wants to, or if he wanted to fight somebody in between to give his confidence back. Mike Tyson, after he lost to Buster Douglas, did he fight Buster Douglas in a rematch? No, he wanted a rematch, but did he fight Buster Douglas right away? No. Well, and sometimes these fighters do fight rematches. But you're coming off 2 losses, not 1. We're talking about 2 straight losses to the same person. When Tyson fought Evander Holyfield, even though that was kind of crazy, the second fight when he bit his ear, You know, was there a third fight right away? Did he get right back in with a third fight? No, you need fights to build your confidence back, to get yourself back in the winners bracket, so that a fight like this would make more sense. Right now, it doesn't make sense, but it's still one of the biggest fights in boxing right now, especially in terms of the UK. So I want to understand what the UK fans see and what they're thinking when it comes down to believing what Tyson Fury, you're sitting there believing what Tyson Fury has to say. And y'all know that this man is very contradictory. I just pointed it out for you in what he just said on Instagram. Bit by bit, I analyzed just about every sentence that he said, and I broke it down for you guys. And some of you guys still don't understand. I just want to know why. I just would love to talk to somebody from the UK, because we have some subscribers from the UK. We have people that are watching from the UK that come in out here and watch this. I just want to help me to understand why this is what Tyson Fury is saying, that you believe it. You hang on his every word. I feel like, Anthony Joshua, AJ really, he's held to such a high standard, but a lot of these fans, they don't hold Fury and Wilder to these same standards. They don't call people out on their BS when it's BS. And what everything that Tyson Fury said, I call is cap, is BS. And I'm not subscribing to what he's selling. He says so many things in the past, back and forth, and he literally within this whole video that he posted up on Instagram, he literally contradicted himself the whole time. Sign the contract, you big dosser. Sign the contract, Joshua. I don't care if you sign it or not. You just said sign the contract. Get this contract signed today. You just said get this contract signed today. Then you said, I could care less if you sign it or not. Now you're saying I could care less if you sign it or not. Sign the contract, Joshua. Sign the contract, you big dosser. You're a beaten man. You're calling a man a beaten man. But why are you pressing that man that you feel is a beaten man? Because the dinero. Anthony Joshua brings the prestige, the money, the recognition that you would get for beating an Anthony Joshua. You are trying to end him, either one way or another. You're trying to shame him, publicly shame him, so that the fans can turn to you and make come on, man. Tyson Fury, you're not dumb. So the fans can sit there and be on your side and make everybody, you're trying to make everybody think that Anthony Joshua is not the one that wants this fight. But people who know anything about contracts know damn well that you as a fighter you don't have no authorization to make no deadlines. Let the promoters do their job. Let them do their job, man. Like, you sitting up here acting like, man, come on, man. That's just stupidity. My theme music. But come on, man. Y'all, you over here acting like, come on. Hold on, let me turn it down a little bit so you can hear everything what I'm saying. You guys are sitting here acting like, and it's not everybody. Some of you guys are smart people, but some of you guys are sitting there acting like, you can hang on everything, every word that Tyson Fury is saying. And when you can't trust nothing that Tyson Fury says. And of course, Frank Warren, Fish Eyes Frank Warren, is going to be the one to back what Tyson Fury is saying, because he wants to save face, because Tyson Fury is embarrassing Queensberry. Oh, not only that, doesn't Tyson Fury have another fight that's supposed to be through Top Rank? He hasn't totally fulfilled his contract with Bob Arum. Bob Arum said weeks ago that this fight wasn't going to happen, that Tyson Fury was going to fight somebody else. Some people in Tyson Fury's family said this fight wasn't going to happen. You know, some other people around him are saying this fight is not going to happen. That he was going to fight somebody else, and this was a week ago. So who's really lying out here? I mean, are you going to trust Tyson Fury with his banner and his back and forth comments, or are you going to trust the more sane people? And people sit there, oh, so you can't trust Eddie Hearn, but you can trust Tyson Fury? You can trust what Tyson Fury says? I have nothing against Fury, but I'm just saying, man, he's a great fighter. I don't have nothing against him, but let's be realistic here. Let's stop acting like the man doesn't have a screw loose. And what he's saying is, and he's not as dumb as people, and honestly, he's not as dumb as people make him out to be. That man is smart. The only thing he's doing is trying to keep his name relevant and using Anthony Joshua's name to promote a fight that he's going to have with Mahmoud or Manuel Charr. That's what he's doing. I mean, I don't see how anybody can't see that. I don't see how you can't see that. Anybody can't see that. I mean, anybody with eyes can see this is what's going on. So, I mean, come on, man. And like I said, they don't hold these other heavyweights to the same standard as Anthony Joshua. The man just fought Usyk twice, and now you're sitting there calling them a duck artist. When you on it, man, come on, man. You need to stop it. Stop it. Stop with this duck stuff. Because you know that's not the truth. It's not the truth. So, you know, understand what's really going on here. I broke it down for you. I can't break it down anymore for you. Tyson Fury is not he may be the A side in this, but he's not the cash cow in this. And then you got everybody believing that he's going around here giving Anthony Joshua an opportunity. He has the world believing that I gave you an opportunity, you big dosser. Sign the contract. I gave you the opportunity. No, man. Come on, man. But yet he's a beaten man. You gave a beaten man an opportunity to fight, but yet he's so beaten. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't think that's going to happen. So you can forget about it. You can absolutely hang that up. So we know whose word can be trusted, and we know Tyson Fury's word damn sure can't be trusted. We know that for facts. His word can't be trusted. All he's about smoke and mirrors and BS, and he's all it's publicity stunts to try to keep himself relevant. That's what he does. That's what he's been doing. He always been doing that. He pulled out of the fight when he was supposed to fight Joshua last time because of that whole Wilder arbitration crap. The Wilder arbitration crap. You know what I'm saying? He's pulled out of a fight with Vladimir Klitschko, the rematch, because of mental health problems. And I'm not advocating at all against mental health. I'm a huge advocate for mental health because my brother committed suicide. You know, he dealt with depression. I've dealt with depression in my life. But this ain't about me or my story. I'm just saying, I'm an advocate for mental health. But come on now. When you sit there and you know a man knows what he's doing, he's being a con artist. And I just gave you the whole thing, the whole scenario. So, with that being said, we're gonna go to another topic. And hold on one second. So my next topic is gonna be about Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. The reason why this fight is not happening is because of Al Heyman. Now I don't care what nobody says. Al Heyman don't have slave contracts. So let me show you something real quick. This is per Mike Coppinger from ESPN, and this is what Max Kellerman has said about this. Right. So here we go. All right. So this just in from ESPN, right? We uploaded. There we go. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, title fight at risk over dispute on contract details. But then now we just talked about the contract situation, how it works as it pertains to the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua negotiations. Now I'm going to tell you what was going on in this particular negotiations and why this fight's not going to happen. So get a load of this. The Errol Spence Terence Crawford undisputed welterweight championship is in jeopardy because of a lingering dispute regarding the contract, sources told ESPN. If the pay-per-view fight set for Las Vegas is finalized, it won't take place on the targeted date of November 19th, but rather in December or even January, sources said. Spence and Crawford had agreed to terms, with Crawford set to earn the short end of the stick of the financial split. So he agreed to the shorter end, right? But the issue is Crawford wants transparency related to the event expense since the contract has no guaranteed purse. Let me repeat that for you. The contract contains no guaranteed purse. Again, just like the Joshua situation, people are going to say that Terence Crawford is ducking. And I'm like, how can you say someone is ducking when would you sign a contract? You're going to get the short end of this financial split. You agreed to that as is. You don't even know what you're going to make. And then they're not going to give you transparency related to the event expenses, the revenue. You're not going to get anything. They're just not going to tell you nothing. Oh, you just take what we give you. Is that what you're going to do? Unless you're a desperate individual. A lot of y'all probably have not held $50,000 at one time in your life, $45,000, $10,000. A lot of y'all out here that's believing this crap that these people are saying, especially Errol Spence fans. You guys are sitting at home, in your grandmother's basement, eating TV dinners with your drawers on. Nothing but your drawers on. Getting fat. You sit up here and believe anything that Errol Spence is saying. Y'all are fanboys, PBC fanboys. When there's been people who said that there's been a bad contract. I mean, PBC gives you slave contracts. They don't. I mean, when you have a 1099, aren't you? You're supposed to be an independent contractor, right? So why are they not giving you what you're supposed to have? They're not letting you do anything. Slave contract, man. Slaves. They treat you like slaves. And this is what I'm trying to tell people, man. This is not how contracts work. Contracts don't get signed when people say, "Oh, you need a deadline. You need to sign this contract now." It's not how boxing contracts work. Y'all know well that's not what it works. So let me continue. Since Crawford will earn a percentage of the net revenue, he wants the ability to approve expenses. Crawford is a free agent, as we know. He's not with Top Rank anymore. But sources says the proposed deal includes a bilateral rematch. If the rematch clause is triggered, the winner will earn the majority of the revenue. But if talks for the first bout continue to drag out, it's conceivable that Crawford will fight want another fight. So, yeah, man. I mean, Max Kellerman said it. Everybody's trying to make it seem like Crawford should just take what he's given. They act like Crawford is not a draw. But Spence ain't that much of a draw either. Not that much of a draw, more so than Crawford either. So let's not sit up here and act like Errol Spence is that huge of a draw. You want me to show you? I can show you what both of these guys last made. Now, I'm going to type. All you got to do is Google it. But since some people want me to do their homework for them because they're too stupid, they're too remedial to sit there and do their homework. So let me do your homework for you. Crawford, last fight purse, right? Against his last fight purse. His last fight purse against Sean Porter was $6 million. So was Spence's last fight against Yordenis Ugas, right? Well, I'm going to type it in for you against Porter. I'm going to type it in and I'm going to put it on the screen so everybody can see it. So they can't say, "Oh, you're lying. You're not saying the truth." I come with receipts. I come with my receipts. So you're not going to tell me what I'm doing. Now that was his last fight. He fought Sean Porter. Matter of fact, let me ask. I'm gonna do it as a question. How much did Crawford make against Porter? Okay, here we go. All right, let me switch from this screen. I'm gonna go to something else because y'all don't see, some of y'all don't seem to understand what I'm really saying here when I say these things. So I'm gonna break. I broke everything down for you, so you can't say nothing about anything that I'm saying here. All right, I'm going to zoom in on this. What does this say right here? What does this say? Now, granted, there's people who say, "Oh, this doesn't make financial business sense." Then why are we in the negotiation table? I'm not saying that it doesn't make financial sense. So here's for the Sean Porter pay-per-view in November. Says it right here, right in front of your face. Terence Crawford made $6 million plus $50 in training expenses. Right? What more can I say? Now, how much did Errol Spence make? I'm going to type it in while I'm doing this. Let me do it. I'm going to type it while I'm doing it. See, we're going to do it just like this. $5 million total for Ugas. So Errol Spence made $5 million, and he got some of the share, so he ended up making about $6 million. About the same. How many pay-per-view buys did Spence versus Ugas do? 240,000 pay-per-view buys. But this is your star. This is your proverbial star. Even though he is the A side, and I'm not arguing that Errol Spence, I'm not arguing against Errol Spence as the A side in this fight. By no means am I arguing that he's saying that he's not the A side. He is the A side. But my argument is this. He's not that much of a draw. He's not much more of a draw than Terence Crawford is. He's an A side, but barely. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna break everything down what I'm saying for you, so you can't make any argument with me. I'm glad this is on video, so if anybody wants to play this thing back, they can see that what I'm saying is real. How much? Let me tell you what a cash cow does. All you gotta do is Google this, and I'm Googling this stuff right now. Look at this. Caleb Plant from Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to Memphis. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my shorty. Amanda Silly. She in Memphis. But Caleb Plant from Tennessee, right? Caleb Plant made how much? Look at this. Look how much Caleb Plant made in his last fight. Canelo Alvarez got 40 million and Caleb Plant made 10 million. Now, those of you that know boxing, do you think that Caleb Plant is a $10 million fighter? Tell me in the comments. Anybody. Do y'all think Caleb Plant is a $10 million fighter? Like, really? Be honest. Be honest with yourself. You can lie to me, but you can't lie. The numbers don't lie. You can lie to me all day, all day, every day. But these numbers right here, They don't lie. Shout out to my boo. What up? Amanda Silly. Yeah, shout out to my baby. Anyway, you can lie to me all day, a day. But these numbers right here, they don't lie. It's Caleb Plant, a $10 million fighter. Is he a $10 million fighter? No, he's not. He's not $10 million fighter. But how much did he get against Canelo Alvarez? $40 million. I mean, $10 million. And Canelo got $40 million. Now, I'm going to show you something else. See, I'm breaking everything down to y'all. So y'all can't say nothing to me about what, oh, he's not telling the truth. He's not. Oh, he's not. No. How much did, let's see, how much did Charles Martin make for Joshua? £6 million. A career high of $3.46 million with potential total earnings of £6 million. Now that's like $7 million in American dollars at that particular time. And he was the champion. This is what cash cows can do. Now let me show you how much, since y'all think Tyson Fury is such a big draw, how much did Tyson Fury make in a fight? How much did Tyson Fury make versus not Wilder? No, we're gonna do the Wilder after. Dillian White. Now he made $29.5 million. 7.4 for White. Right? I'm not saying that Tyson Fury is not a draw, but we're talking about in terms of Anthony Joshua. How much did Anthony Joshua? See, I'm gonna look at this stuff. In fight. Usyk fight. So in this one, his last fight, he made $13 million. But look at this. But look at this right here. Look at this right here. Joshua is expected to earn total $75 million. $75 million total. You see what I'm trying to tell you guys? No, Adrian, he might not even be $1 million fighter. He might not even be $1 million fighter. And that's real talk. He might not even be $1 million fighter. But here's the thing, man. These are what cash cows can do. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying all this to say that Errol Spence is not a cash cow. Not as much as these two guys, not as much as of Anthony Joshua, not as much as a Tyson Fury. I mean, not Tyson Fury, not as much as any of these guys, as a Canelo Alvarez. I gave you the numbers. There's not much more I can do. And speaking of Caleb Plant, he's going to be fighting Anthony Darrell, Andre Darrell's brother. And I think Caleb should win that fight. But this is what I'm saying, man. When you have negotiations, neither one of these guys are big names. Errol Spence is not a big. I mean, Errol Spence is a bigger name than that of Terence Crawford, but not by much. Not by much. So when you say these things, and when someone agrees to a contract and they agree to take the lesser share of the pot, and you're not being transparent with them about things, this is what can happen. This is what can happen. So I gave you numbers. I gave you what's going on. And that's all there is to it. The main thing, like I said, that's what it's all about. And then you got people like Clarissa Shields saying that Canelo Alvarez don't fight black fighters or whatever the case may be. Like, what you talking about? Danny Jacobs isn't black. They always try to make it a race thing. Or he's not fighting Mexican fighters. He's not doing this. First of all, Canelo Alvarez at this point in his career, he has earned the right to fight whoever the hell he wants to fight. If you don't like it, then don't watch. Because this is what cash cows do. This is what they do. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not a Canelo Alvarez fan. So we got some fights coming up. You know what I'm saying? We got Deontay Wilder versus Robert Helenius. Hey! Psych. Ain't nobody worried about that fight, bro. Ain't nobody checking for that. That fight's gonna be $74.99. $74.99. I'm not paying my money for that. You crazy? You think I'm gonna pay my money for that? No. On the undercard is Caleb Plant versus Anthony Darrell, and they've been talking a lot of trash, going back and forth. But Caleb Plant is a former IBF super middleweight champion of the world. He held the title from 2019 to 2021. Let me get off of this. 2019 to 2021. He's been champion for those 2 years. Let me share my screen again. And man, I'm just doing anything that you guys can do, right? All you guys can do is look this stuff up on your own. Right? Caleb Plant wants a rematch with Canelo in 2024. I bet he does. He got $10 million for that last fight. All these people waiting on Canelo, waiting on him. So we got Caleb Plant. He's 21-1 with 12 KOs. See, I'm looking all this stuff up. This is the same thing that you guys can do. He's from Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to Tennessee again. Like I said, you know what I mean, he's gonna be fighting. I said he was from Memphis, but he's from Nashville. He's gonna be fighting Anthony Darrell in Barclays in Brooklyn. Ooh, man. So that's going to be on the undercard of Wilder versus Robert Helenius. Now, you know, Darrell is making all these claims and comments. Now, you can see this person's professional fighting record. It's right here for you guys. Everything I'm going to say is going to be backed up with facts, right? Now, he's the 8th best rated in terms of BoxRec, but BoxRec really has some crazy metrics. He's the 8th best rated super middleweight in the world. Caleb Plant is, right? You know, there's been some speculation about Caleb Plant that he fights like a quote unquote black fighter because he's, you know, he's a slick boxer and he does all types of things, antics, and you know, he's out there dancing, showboating, doing all these types of things in the ring. And you know, they say he fights like a black fighter, but he takes it as a compliment. So this is Caleb Plant's record, right? Not a huge, great record, right? Not a great record. Okay, decent. You know what I'm saying? Not great. He doesn't have a great record. Still better than David Benavidez's. And David Benavidez could have fought him. before Canelo did. At least he would have been unified. He'd have got the unification before Canelo did. Now let's take a look at the guy he's fighting, Anthony Darrell, what his record is. 34-2 with two draws, 25 knockouts, right? He's going to be fighting Caleb Plant. Who is he beating? Every time he stepped up to the level of opposition, he lost. He got destroyed by David Benavidez. He got beat by Badu Jack. As you can see, there's Badu Jack. He even had to struggle for a draw with Sakio Bika before he came back and got a win. Now, this is nothing to try to talk bad about Anthony Darrell. I'm just telling you what it is. He's making all these comments and saying Caleb Plant ain't fought nobody but Uzgateki. Uzgateki beat the dog hell out of your brother. 116, 110, 115, 111, 116, 110. That was the final scorecard. So that's how that worked, right? Caleb Plant, we know he's not a big puncher. He's not a big puncher. It is what it is, and we definitely know that he's not may not be $1 million fighter, but he was able to get $10 million for Canelo Alvarez, and once you smell that Canelo Alvarez money, you're gonna want that money again. That's point blank, period. So that's what it is. So we got an hour before these football games start on. So I'm gonna wrap this thing up, but before I wrap this thing up, I'm going to let y'all know. Y'all need to like, share, comment, and subscribe to your boy's channel. Shout out to all those that subscribe. I need some new subscribers. Shout out to people who tuned into today's show. And, man, I gave you your homework. I gave you what you needed to get. There's nothing else I can do for you. But it's your boy, Danny's Dimensions,
Artlist.io.
coming to you in full effect once again. And I'll be back for some more boxing news and some boxing talk. So appreciate you guys for coming out. Once again, till next time, it's your boy, and we out.
Artlist.io.
Oh, wait a minute. We're not out yet. Wait. My man AD just checked in.
Yo,
What's good?
nothing much, man. Just driving in this damn hurricane, bro. It's crazy outside.
Yeah, where you at right now?
Jersey. I got my
Oh, okay.
jet ski on. I don't know if you can tell, I got my jet ski. I got my jersey on, my raincoat on. I'm ready for the
Oh, you
games.
got everything.
What's up?
Okay. I said you got your Jets gear on. You ready for the game, huh?
Yeah, it's a big game for us, man. You know, we got our quarterback back. It's his first game back from injury. We got a Steelers team that's banged up, so we'll see what happens.
For sure.
So
So,
I was listening the whole time. I do.
yeah,
have
what's
some,
your thought process and all that stuff, man? I do want
Yeah,
to
I
get
was
your
listening. I was running around. I was running around doing errands, but no. The only thing I have to say is I agree with almost everything you said. To be honest with you, what kills me is that these Crawford fans are just delusional. You know, the only point I want to make is this: the hardest part for me in promotion is having the skills and the ability to be an elite guy. So like everyone knows, well, I don't want to say everyone knows, Crawford has that. He just has no idea how to promote himself. You know?
Yeah, that's the thing. And that's the thing that a lot of fighters don't have. They don't have the ability to promote themselves. I think you cutting off a little bit, AD. Yeah.
But he knows how to promote himself, you know? And honestly, at this point, I think I said this in April. Let both guys defend their belts in the same time, and then build up the winner versus the winner. So it would be Spence versus Boots, and then Crawford could fight Virgil Ortiz, which a fight he already ducked. He already turned down that fight. He had that opportunity to take that fight, turned it down. Because now Crawford has to take peanuts. There's no other way around it. He has to take a low ball offer. That's it. There's no other way around it, guys. I don't know why his fans, the few fans that he doesn't have many fans, and clearly they're dumb because they don't understand how money works. He's not going to get access to the revenue and what's being charged and all that stuff with the promotion. He's not going to have access to that. It's not going to happen. So.
Yeah, and that's what, like I said, what being a cash cow gets you. And we know that Spencer's, of course, he's not that much of a cash cow like AJ or Canelo is. So they didn't mind giving Caleb Plant $10 million because they're not taking no loss from it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And that's another thing too. Fans need to realize the promoters are in the business of making money, not just breaking even. Like, the promoter's not going to want to break even. They're going to want to make money on this fight, So if the fight generates, let's just say $10 million, Spence is going to want what he gets paid, which is 6 to 7, and then the balance is going to have to be a portion goes to the promoter, and then Bud gets the peanuts. He gets the leftovers. So
that's what happens. That's exactly what happens.
That's the only point. That's the only point I wanted to make.
Yeah, for sure. And that I mean, like you said, a lot of these people don't understand how contracts work at all. They just assume that this is how it's supposed to be, and that's not reality.
Yeah, it's been that way for a while. They don't understand how these things work, man. It's really sad because we're not going to get this fight, because the main reason why we're not getting this fight is because these guys, the business of boxing is bullshit. That's the problem.
By far.
Yeah, that's the problem. And the thing is, a lot of boxing fans make fun of the UFC because they're like, oh, Dana White doesn't pay his fighters. Dana White puts on a card every week and builds up fighters.
Every week.
He's building names. And then fighters that know how to promote themselves become superstars.
Like the Conor McGregors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
the problem is,
look at Sugar Sean O'Malley. Sugar Sean O'Malley, by all accounts, I think he just got ranked. He's one of the most popular athletes in the world right now. Because he knows how to promote himself, and he used MMA, and he used the sport as a promoting opportunity to promote himself.
Exactly.
So, and that's the problem. I keep saying this. These guys don't have the skills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Another thing. But. Yeah, I think your mic is going on in and out. You there? Yeah, I think your mic's going out, AD. Yeah, AD's having some technical difficulties right now. But I agree. Bud does not know how to sell himself. Yeah. Yeah, he's having some technical difficulties. But yeah, man, I agree with the things that AD is saying, that a lot of these fighters in boxing, they don't know how to promote themselves. And that's why boxing is having a problem. And UFC fighters, which have less promoters, less belts, they're not having as much difficulty getting the fights that people want to see. And this is why people have the perception that UFC is outselling the boxing, because boxers are and the promoters are prima donnas, and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. But looks like Yeah, we're having problems with AD right now, so looks like I'm gonna have to get up off here as I was planning on. I just wanted to just couldn't leave without getting his input into things. So we got his input. Yeah, something's going on with his thing. Yeah, he's driving right now. So just like I said before, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Hey, it's your boy, Danny's Dimensions. And hey,
Music licensing reimagined.
this is my second closing. And we out of here. Peace and love, everybody. Appreciate everybody for coming out. I'm gone.